So I'm going to blow your mind with something today. Would you like to know the one thing which everyone who has been trying to quit porn for 2 years keeps missing? If you haven't been struggling with this for up to 2 years, trying to quit porn and masturbation, no worries. This is going to be helpful for you as well. See, when I was trying to end my habit with porn, I always assumed that a combination of willpower, of self-discipline, of spiritual faith, maybe even a filter or having some huge goals was going to help. And I tried everything because I badly wanted out of my porn hell. I was so sick and tired of sexualizing every single woman that I came across. I was tired of feeling like a pervert 24/7. My life revolved around when was I going to masturbate next. And I was so scared that I would end up being a fuck up in life. And it's really depressing to know that despite what the outside world thinks of you, you truly are a fraud. At one point, on the outside, I was viewed as this charismatic, well-spoken 21-year-old with lots of potential in my career and in college. But inside, I was actually the guy who was spending an entire lecture staring at girls, wondering what sort of face they would make if we had anal sex. And the funny thing is that at that point, I was still a virgin. Anyway, I tried all these approaches that I mentioned for a few years, and if you did as well, you can probably relate to some of these results. So let's talk about willpower. Now, this would get me through 30 days, but I'd always end up edging or touching myself and eventually masturbating. And a typical example was once when I was so sexually frustrated after 30 days that I ended up waking up one morning and kind of, how you do it, you rub yourself against your bed sheet until I orgasmed. And in my mind, the justification was, you know what, JK, you didn't touch yourself, so you didn't masturbate. Now, of course, I felt really bad as soon as I was done, and I ended up watching porn a few days later. Have you ever experienced that before? Let me know in the comments. The second was self-discipline. Now, this is pretty good. You can have those moments where you're super focused on killing it in your career, and you make sure that nothing gets in the way of your progress. And often you're just too busy to masturbate. But unfortunately, you don't know how to sustain self-discipline. After all, it's not a part of your lifestyle just yet. So eventually you get stressed and you feel like you deserve to relax. And at that point, you either break a boundary with your diet, some sort of substance or time management. You feel you need to chill out and you watch porn again. The next thing is filters. Like filters you put on your devices, and there's nothing much to say here. We bypass them, we'll use a different device, we'll put in the password, we'll download another browser, or we'll uninstall it, when our addict takes over. And all we tell ourselves is that, filters suck. Now let's talk about goals. Now our goals. Now, whether it's your dating goals or financial goals or career goals or self-improvement goals or relationship goals, whatever, you believe that you want your goal bad enough to quit. You keep telling yourself, you know what, man, this is serious. I really need to achieve this. There's no time for this porn bullshit. But it's all to no avail because your addiction was present in your life before your goals. So there's only one way that your big goals can bypass your porn habit. And the truth is, that's to hit rock bottom, totally screwing up your life thanks to porn. Now let's talk a little bit about spiritual faith for those of you who have tried that. Now, I was raised as a Catholic, and though I'm no longer religious, at one point my porn addiction was so intense, I literally dropped to my knees and I prayed to every saint that I could remember to deliver me from my behavior. And some of you may do the same thing. Then you promptly binge on rape-themed porn for 2 hours. As I told the clients last week, Jesus only saves 5 to 9% of addicts, and the rest gotta save themselves. Now, there's a funny story behind that. It's an actual statistic, and I will talk about it on another video, okay? So, let's talk about what this video is actually about. The one thing that every man who has been trying to quit porn over 2 years misses in his recovery toolkit is accountability. Now, we don't use accountability because we are fucking men. We think we're so damn capable of ending our porn addiction on our own that we can go for decades without ever imagining that someone else knowing about your addiction could be the one thing that you're missing. Here's the dictionary definition of accountability. Accountability is the obligation of an individual to account for his activities, accept responsibility for them, and to disclose the results in a transparent manner. So what does this mean? This means tell people who have invested in you what you have achieved. It is your duty to demonstrate your effort, your responsibility, your achievements, and your progress to another person. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to be accountable, okay? You get to be accountable. It is the super highway to quitting pornography. And I want you to rewind this video, jump back a little bit. You get to be accountable. It is a privilege, all right? There are 3 parts to accountability. The first is visibility. And what this means is when other people know what you want, you can all appreciate this goal of trying to quit porn together. The second is clarity. Knowing what you want allows you to move towards it with purpose. You must be very, very clear about exactly what you want. The third is activity. Now, other people knowing about your goal to quit porn, to control your sexual behavior, it allows for action, because when you take a step towards your goal, they become inspired. They're like, okay, this guy is serious about it. They become better accountability partners. Now, here's the magical thing about having these 3 parts of accountability present in your journey while you're trying to quit porn, okay? So I talked about visibility and clarity. Now, visibility plus clarity gives you focus. You know what you want and you actually see it become a reality. No more self-doubt. Oh, can I quit porn? Is it possible? Clarity plus activity gives you progress. You're now clear about what you're doing. You never waste time with useless actions. No more browsing forums, reading a shit ton of books, and watching endless videos to put it together. If you've been on my channel watching videos for over a year and you haven't made any progress, you need to get on a call with me because something's wrong. Now, activity plus visibility gives you encouragement. So other people support you and they give you positive feedback. And that makes you move forward. There's a great book called The Accountability Manifesto by S.J. Scott. Get that book. Awesome book. Because there's some wonderful benefits of accountability that he expresses better than I can. And the first is accountability when quitting porn gives you better performance under evaluation. So your slips are further and further apart. And sometimes you never relapse when you have accountability. Also, accountability when quitting porn allows for honest feedback from others. So you can't bullshit yourself any longer. Your accountability partner is going to call you out. Accountability expects you to follow through on your commitments to quit. No more excuses. You told someone clearly that you were going to do something, so you do it. Accountability establishes firm deadlines for tasks in your recovery. So you now become a finisher. If you've been following me for a while, you know that almost all porn addicts are incapable of finishing long-term projects because your prefrontal cortex, which regulates this, has been damaged. So accountability gives it a chance. It gives you a chance to rebuild your neural pathways. Accountability keeps you grounded in reality. No more fantasies, no more low self-esteem based on any sort of false perception of yourself. Accountability helps you to learn from success and failures of others. So let's say, for instance, Jim, who's your accountability partner, went on a business trip, didn't call the front desk and tell them to block the adult channels in his hotel room, and then he slips. You're not going to be making that mistake next time you travel. Like, hey, Jim fucked up in this way. I won't do that. Accountability prevents little problems from becoming big problems. So for instance, it doesn't progress anymore. None of your porn fantasies move from tube sites to chat rooms to like cruising for partners in real life. It is controlled because of accountability. And accountability it's not a drag, guys. It's a wonderful opportunity. The missing ingredient in the actions of many men who are on this journey is accountability. So finding a good accountability partner for many men is often the only thing you need to quit. If you've been messing with this and dealing with this for years, I want you to seriously consider that. One of my earliest mentors was Mark Manson, okay? He wrote the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck and Models. And I think almost 10 years ago in Austin, Texas, we had ended our coaching day in a bar. Yeah, I paid money to get coached in a bar we were drinking pale ales on 6th Street in Austin. And he told me, You know, JK, if you just did 3 things in order of importance, if you quit watching so much porn, if you moved to a cooler city, and if you talked to 10 women a week, and you had someone keep you accountable, you'd solve 90% of your problems within 3 months. And he was right. I found someone to keep me accountable, and I unlocked another level of my recovery. All right? So I truly hope that you find the courage to include accountability in your recovery. And it just might make the next few months of your life the best. That's it, guys. I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And if you found it helpful, please share it with 3 men whom you feel might benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe. Also, whenever you're ready, here are 3 ways that I can help you quit your out of control sexual behavior. The first way is you can join my free weekly live training called 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men. And this is where you learn the secrets that over 70 of my clients in recovery have applied to their lives. And if you're ready for the shortcut to understanding your addiction, to controlling your urges, and to setting up a plan to rewire your brain so that you stop all unhealthy sexual behavior, visit the first link in the description below, okay? Secondly, find out if you can work with me privately. So if you'd like to work directly with me, you're like, enough of the videos, I want to talk to you, man. And if you want to go from a lifetime of addiction to a life where porn and masturbation is not even a reality for you, use the second link in the description below to reach out to me. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what you'd like to work on together, and I'll get you all the details about that. The third way is you can join our Facebook group and connect with other men who are recovering as well, okay? So it's a private Facebook group where smart men learn how to overcome their addiction and begin the transformation to become the man they know they are worthy of being. And the link to the Facebook page is in the description below. Guys, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for watching this video and have a wonderful day.